Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are talking about the one, the only, food. I love food. I bet you love food. Who doesn't like food? Before I get started, a disclaimer that I'm not a nutritionist, dietitian, I'm not certified, I'm not registered, and so this is just what I like to eat. This is mainly for entertainment. And if a nutritionist or dietitian wants to review what I eat in a day, I would very much appreciate that because I've gone to a nutritionist a couple times and I'm trying to get better at balancing my protein and carbs and fiber and eating healthier and also eating in a way that I feel good and satisfied. So, if anyone wants to review or leave tips below, please do. I welcome that. And let's get started. I like to start my day with a good breakfast. I love breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day. But what I have been on a kick for lately is Greek yogurt with fruit and granola. Specifically, I do non-fat, plain Greek yogurt. I know that might sound like yikes. But once you pair it with some yummy sweet fruit like apple, or sometimes I do strawberries, blueberries, other berries, it is so good. And then the crunch of the granola, God bless. Thank goodness for granola. I am on such a granola kick. So that is my breakfast. It is very filling, it's very satisfying, and I get sad when I finish eating it. Then I move on to making a cup of tea. I am half British, so I have to drink tea. I sometimes have green tea, but most of the time I default to black. I add some almond milk, and I usually make the ratio like about half tea, half almond milk, or maybe 2/3 to 1/3. Anyways, I like to do quite a bit of almond milk and then 3/4 of a pack of Truvia. Very specific, very unnecessary. That is what I eat for breakfast as a whole. And then comes lunch. So I make salads. I love to make salads. I think I've gotten pretty good at it. Okay. The key to salads is making a good balance of the base to the toppings and having a variety of toppings. So I like to do leafy greens as my base. I will use kale or spinach. On this day, I decided to saute the kale. I love sauteing vegetables in a little bit of oil. So good. And then I used tuna for my protein. Then my toppings included sunflower seeds. Oh, so good. Then I usually add some sort of nut to it. So this day I had pecans, and I also added some chia seeds. Then for my dressing, I do about 1/4 of a lemon. I squeeze that on top. And then I also add some garlic powder and salt, and we are ready to go. On the side, I do half a pita with some hummus, and altogether, this was very filling. I would highly recommend just to try experimenting with salads because salads are underrated. They are very underrated in our society, and they can do a lot better. So, justice for the salads. Oh my gosh. Moving on. After lunch, I like to have something sweet, and some days that's fruit, some days that is chocolate, but this day I had a tangerine/clementine. It was very sweet and juicy and sour. I like some sourness to it also. That's my lunch. Usually later in the day, between lunch and dinner, I like to have a hefty snack, whether that's a protein bar or some toast with almond butter or avocado toast, but this day I wasn't super hungry. Then I also pair a snack with another cup of black tea and almond milk and Truvia. So good. Then I did a workout this day. So for dinner, I made sure that I had some more carbs. That's what my body was feeling. So I did pasta with some grated Parmesan. And I also made some broccoli. I sauteed it, and I like to have a hefty serving of vegetables for dinner. Then I also put on some leftover tempeh, which is basically the better version of tofu. Yes, try it. And that was my dinner. So it was very filling. It was not my favorite dinner, I will say. I overcooked the pasta. It was sad. But it was what I needed. So it did the trick. And usually after dinner, I like to have some ice cream or another piece of fruit. But for this day, I just had my tea, which I squeeze a lemon into. I love lemon, if you can't tell. I squeeze a quarter of a lemon and I add hot water, and it is so good. I only discovered this like a week ago and I have been living. Okay, it is not just hot lemonade, it is better than that. So that is a typical what I eat in a day, but it does vary. I have different options for all my meals, and I do want more variety. So leave me some really good recipes, some really good breakfast, lunch, dinner meals in the comments below, and leave me what you eat in a day also. I'd like to read that. So with that, that is my video today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.